Morning and welcome to Over the Hill Outdoors. I'm just setting out today on another walkabout, fairly short one. This will be a 3-day, 2-night walkabout. The main purpose, I guess, of this walkabout is it's kind of a pilgrimage. A number of years ago, I discovered that there was a mountain up here in southeastern Idaho that's been named after my grandfather, and I've never been to the top of that mountain before, and I figured, you know, I'm getting old enough that I better get that done. So my plan is to leave this morning's drop-off point and head west to what I'll call Grandpa Mountain. It's that white rocky high point that you can see off on the horizon. I hope to reach the 9,500 foot summit by about midday today, and then spend the next couple of days exploring more of the unfamiliar country that's further west beyond that skyline. My pickup point will be about 15 miles from here through a lot of remote, rugged, trailless terrain that gets very, very few human visitors. In fact, I'd be shocked if I see another soul during my entire walkabout. Here it is, the second week of July. This is about 8,000 feet elevation, maybe 8,200 feet. Still snow. So if I can't find water, I'll at least have some snow that I can melt down. Pretty dirty, but I'm sure if I dug down in there a bit, I'd find some clean enough snow. Well, there it is. That's the mountain named after my grandfather. So my task for today, the rest of today, is to make my way to the top. Many, many years ago, this area was a wilderness Boy Scout camp. And I remember vividly when I was just a little, probably a 12 or 13-year-old Boy Scout, that I passed off my first class swimming requirement in this lake. It's a stretch, I think, to call it a lake. It's not very deep. It's plenty cold, but it's not very deep. But it was good enough, and I remember being able to touch the bottom if I had to. So, good place to pass off your first class swimming requirement when you're not a very strong swimmer. Well, I've been hiking about an hour and a half, and according to my GPS, I've gone about 2 3/4 miles and gained about 500 feet elevation. So not bad, nice easy hike. But now the ascent begins. I'm heading now the steep part up to the top of this mountain peak, and looks like I have over 1,000 feet to gain in about a third of a mile. So this one's going to be slow. Well, I'm getting closer. I decided to approach it from this north rim. I made it up to the saddle here, and now I gotta work my way up this narrow ridge, rocky ridge line, and then from there work my way along those cliffs, and that's where I hope to be in less than an hour.
Alright, I'm just about to the ridge line, the main ridge line that leads up to the peak. This is an interesting rock formation, all these slabs. This is not a place where you'd want to slip and fall. You roll quite a ways, not much to grab a hold of on this. Well, the peak itself doesn't look like much, but the view is spectacular. So here I am sitting on my grandpa's mountain. Kind of a strange feeling, good feeling. I wonder how many of my grandchildren will end up here sometime in their lifetime, making their own pilgrimage back to their great-great-grandpa's mountain. Alright, I'm going to give you a 360-degree panorama view from the top of my grandpa's mountain. There, way down below is the lake that I hiked past this morning. Alright, there's the valley down below. Communities down there and highways. I decided as long as I'm up here, made the effort, I think I'll place a geocache up here. I do quite a bit of geocaching, and my favorite places to leave caches are up on mountain peaks like this. I checked before I came up here to make sure there weren't any up here already, and there are not, so mine will be the first. My plan for the afternoon, for the rest of the day, is to hike down this ridge line, a couple of miles, if that. Out the ridge line and over to a saddle way out there, right on the skyline ridge. That's where I plan to camp the night. This really fits my definition perfectly of the wander and ponder experience of a walkabout. Not another soul in sight, and sure there won't be another one for a couple more days at least till I get down into civilization. It's all to myself. People go for hundreds of miles to find remote wilderness areas, and yet here I am, only, probably as the crow flies, only 10 miles from civilization, cities, roads, pavement, stoplights, all that, and yet I have complete solitude and wilderness setting. Take advantage of it. Don't wait till you're too old to enjoy it. And just look at all this color. Blue and orange, yellow. Once again, the camera just doesn't do it justice. Alright, I think that saddle right there is my intended camp location. Get over there and check the maps when I get closer to it. hope to find a nice level spot protected from the wind by the trees, and get out here on this ridge tonight where I can see 360 degrees and glass for wildlife. There's deer, there's elk. I'm pretty sure I saw a mountain goat track here back a little ways. I know there are a few mountain goats in here, not many. I saw one a number of years ago, not too far from here. So, come out on the ridge tonight and see what I can see. Tonight's dinner is just plain old ramen noodles. To save weight, I decided not to bring a cooking pot. So I'm just using my metal canteen. I'll pour that into a little plastic bowl I got, a collapsible bowl. Let them cook that way. My experience has been that they don't cook quite as completely when I pour boiling water over them, but that's okay tonight. Alright, there's my bed for the night. It's just a hammock with a mosquito net on it, and just laid on the ground like a bivy bag. Got a couple of poles, sticks, logs as anchor points on the ends, so I can string my little support guy wire up there. That's it. It's going to be home for the night. There's a pretty sunset. Sun's gone down. See those mountains out there, just they're kind of smoky. You can see the lakes and reservoirs down there in the valley. A little hazy, smoky, probably because of the wildfires, but pretty.